Hi, back again. This is a look and a short review, I hope, of my Spek Black Buffalo Touch Me binder. It's personal size. They call it standard size, and I'll put a link to their website below. This is thick. I have it stuffed with mainly with a year's worth of DIY fish inserts. And the lighting on this side isn't so good because the windows are on this side and this side, so bear with me. Okay, it's stuff. This is a floppy binder. They don't come any more floppy than this, I think, anywhere, unless you go to cloth of some kind. So let's just dive right in. All right, so I could not design a better binder if I tried, and at Spek you certainly can try. When you go to their website, you can choose an outer leather, you can choose an inner leather, you can choose to upgrade your binder with a series of custom features. However, at this point, it is not possible that I'm aware of to upgrade a custom binder to all of the features that are in here. This one is just really cool. Okay, so floppy leather. Okay, really floppy, like that. I've had a Malden. I have a review on that, or a setup video on that. This is floppier than a Malden. So a card here that has my if found information. Here, this is a secretarial pocket with just some random stickers. There is another pouch pocket here that you could use for bills if you wanted to use it as a wallet. Full zipper pocket with a nice gusset right there. And some miscellaneous supplies, Hobonichi template, you know, paper, reinforcements, other things that I need. And okay, let's just go right to the back. Another full-length secretarial pocket in here. Here I keep an employee directory for my job, sticky notes, etc., etc. Okay, and then supplies, and kind of obviously going backwards. This is my information section, and this has my A to Z tabs. It's the same as in other setup videos I've shown. I do have in this one, I've set up in pencil an A to Z index of everything that's behind these tabs. Friction pens. I've tried friction pens when I first got back into planning, but the erasing thing with the erasable heat problem, or the fact that it does erase and go away if you have heat on or near the writing, I just don't want to deal with that. And pencil is archival if I do want to archive something, and I can erase it just as easily. And, you know, I don't know, I guess I'm old school. So anyway, going backwards through my setup, we have the information tabs. We have a project section and medical information here. And the map where I have family members and their residence marked, and then some empty paper, and then we get into the DIY fish inserts. This is a week on 2 page. I had a day per page, but it was ending up being too much room. It was on some days I needed it, but not enough to justify having all of that paper where I could only see 2 days at a time. Back in my oldest setup videos, you'll see that I had a week on 2 pages. I was using inserts from Kitty Qualia. Beautiful, I really like them. But the week on 2 page format, the point is the best format for me at this point in time. I like lines, I like grid. That's a feature of all DIY fish inserts. Love that. There's a little tracking chart at the top. The Kitty Qualia inserts, you can certainly do that as well. I just like fish. There's so much content, so many different setups. It's more than just the paper. It's the layout and the other things that come with this. So anyway, so I have a week on 2 pages, loving that. And I had a full year's setup in here. I'm allowed to do that in this binder because it has 30mm rings. You have a choice of ring size that you can get, and I chose the largest size at this point, which is 30 millimeters, and they're wonderful. I guess you could say they're overstuffed. Yeah, but that's okay with me. I can always order more rings from Spek if I want to. And this one is wonky because it's not in all of the way. So because the binder, again, cover is so floppy, I can overstuff this and it doesn't bother me. So big changes, week on 2 page, still DIY fish, a full years of inserts in here. And again, I really like that. So I have in here, this is something I did when I used a week on 2 pages before. I have a blank file of fact sheet of paper in the midst of the week, and this is for overflow. Grocery lists, whatever. I'm finding that I'm using pretty much the full day on the week of 2 pages for major to-dos, must-get-dones, and work schedules and appointments. And so when I had the other week on 2 page inserts, again, this did really well. So for like grocery lists, details of phone calls, those would go here. And I had used prior, in my prior week on 2 pages setup, I had a clear flyleaf here. I really got tired of the clear flyleaf. I mean, it was so shiny and glaring. It just seemed to really clash with the dark outline of the DIY fish inserts. So I took it out, and I'm not missing it. I mean, if I want a sticky note, it's right here. And with this sheet of paper, there's 2 sides. I have more than enough room. I can put a sticky note here. I can put a sticky note there. Anyway, I'm perfectly happy not using the shiny plasticky flyleaf in the middle of my setup. So moving on, so I've stuck a sheet of paper within each week on 2 pages. If I need it, great. If I don't, I take it out. Yes, it does contribute to the overall bulk. So anyway, that's just part of my setup, and I have these put in through like a couple of months, not through the rest of the year. Still loving the fold out month and the tracking chart. I had printed this tracking chart on different colored paper, a different color for each month. However, the paper that I was using for the month tracking chart and calendar was too heavy. It was old craft paper that was in my stash. So I still like the idea of each month having its own different color, but I don't have that paper in the proper weight, one that's heavy enough to accommodate the constant floppy flipping in and out and to still give me the color code. Anyway, the paper that I was using that I have that's colored is too heavy. So I went to this paper, which is just an ivory paper from Staples. It's a little bit heavier than this. I want to say this is 24 pound. I think this is 28 or 32. And so I'm using that cream colored paper for all of my months, my monthly calendar / fold out tracking chart. So I have that vertical format, still loving it, still using it, loving it. So this is what we have for April. And I hope you don't mind me going backwards. It's just easier this way today. I don't know why. Open order list, and I can move that, excuse me, from month to month. It's just the unused back of a week on 2 pages that I don't need. It's the end of March on one side. I'm not going to use this, so I'm using it, and I'm going to just carry that forward. And so here we have, and I have here a chart for all my little things that I need to do for myself. Vitamins, medicines, all that sort of thing. And you guys have seen this before. And I make up a new one of these for each month. It doesn't really bother me to write over. I mean, it's, that's all part of the system. And, I may do like a sticky note for this and then carry that forward from month to month so I don't have to write that. But then I have this to copy out. I don't know. At the end of the day, I really don't mind doing this. I have pretty pens, pencil, blah, blah, blah. This gives me an excuse to use them. And I have time, obviously. If I don't, then I won't make one. Anyway, so this is the rest of the monthly fold-outs tracking charts. And so what I've done to keep the week on 2 pages in the middle of the binder is I've put those there. And then at the beginning of the current week, I will put the current month's tracking chart. at the end of the current month's week on 2 pages, I will put the chart for next month. And next month's chart has a clear tab, so I can easily go to it and pull it out, and I can use this as a holster for a multi-pen if I want to. So future month has the clear tab, the current month has a colored tab. So I can easily flip to that month, okay? And I can easily flip to the future month, so current month on the bottom, future month here. And so anyway, so I have, to reiterate, I have the current monthly chart in front of the current weeks that I'm in. The future month chart will be at the end of the weeks that I'm in. So sandwiched in between those are the current week on 2 pages. Okay, moving on. And so, and I have the other monthly charts in front of that. I'm not really doing decorating in this other than putting some decorative sticky notes on the front of the calendar pages, and right now I'm fine with that. And then I'll put at some point some washi on the blocks of the monthly calendar that I'm not using, just so I don't look at those and I can immediately focus on the real days of the month. And moving on backwards, the yearly calendar. This is a capture section where I have some extra blank paper that I've punched, some sticky notes. I use this for pen tests more than anything else. This card was from a pen pal. And I have a pen that I won from pengems.com from Robin's blog. I'll put a link to her channel below. I can't talk today. And every time you get a pen, the owner, Angel, includes one of these affirmation cards. I think they're hilarious. Spek card. And the supply pouch in front, and these have the color dots that I use for color coding and some miscellaneous stickers that I got from Etsy. Okay, so that's the setup. That's the basic inside guts of the binder. No pocket on the outside, no pocket on the outside. This is lovely, it's wonderful, but for me, the relevant brilliance to my life is this back pocket, and Giglios have this as well. But the combination of this size rings and this pocket and the floppiness, I just love. The back pocket, this is my answer to so much awkwardness that I've had with binders in the past. I do spend a lot of time in doctor's offices, specialist offices, consultations for whatever, random meetings for schools, because I have a special needs child. I've mentioned that before. So when I go to, say, a doctor's appointment, there is always a minimum of 3 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper that go in this pocket, or that I walk out with me. One sheet will be the bill, okay? I mean, now they do those on a full-size sheet of paper. One sheet will be the diagnosis with the treatment plan. And the third sheet will be a prescription, okay? Which now those are in our area. The doctors print them out on a full 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. There might be one for prescriptions and another one for labs that are needed. So that'll be 4 pieces of paper. In addition, when I go in, I generally have a full-size sheet of paper that has my child's med list and schedule, and plus my notes, and I might make notes back here, but if I want to have, I might have a copy of the month fold out where I track my child's diet and such. I'll make a copy of that in advance and put it here. And so that, along with a copy of his med charts that I'm going to hand out, is in here when I walk in. Okay, my point is that I have these large 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper and know where to put them. And typically I've been folding them in quarters and shoving them in my purse, and I sort it out later. Or I'll fold it in half, just slap it in the top and go like this, and then shove that in my purse. And that's fine, that works, but it's not very organized. And if I'm going from one appointment to another, when I open up the binder to answer questions or look on information, then I have all these loose sheets of paper. Anyway, so what I love is I can use this as a file folder, and folks that have this pocket and this and other models enjoy the same thing. And this will hold several sheets of folded 8.5 by 11 paper, and yeah, it takes it without any trouble at all. So I can put three or four sheets of paper in addition to the ones that I already have in here, fold it in half, snap it up, and go, and I walk out feeling organized and I know where everything is. It's not quadra-folded or whatever when I get home. So that's a really cool feature. Now, if you use this feature, I don't have a Giglio. I cannot tell you, this is very floppy leather. I don't have a Giglio, and so I don't know what you have to do to manipulate the pocket with that. Given the structure of this binder and its floppiness, given the fact that I have packed these rings with a full year's worth of inserts, and you can see the inserts are really, the inserts when I take out the supply pages and the miscellaneous is that much, and it's because I have a year. Anyway, because the rings are stuffed, because there's a lot of stuff in here, if I just pull this out, then everything on here just flaps all over the place. So that's not a problem, but keep in mind, if you use this and you're using the pocket, or for myself, the best way is to grab the inserts at the top as a clump, okay, with the first flap, and then open, okay? If you just go like this happens, that puts stress on the rings, that bothers me. You can go like that, but what I've learned to do is that, you know, I'll have the binder open on a table, or if I'm in an appointment, generally on my lap. That's fine, I don't have a problem. But when I want to open that pocket to access something or put something in, grab the whole clump of inserts, turn it up to face me, and then open up the pocket. So that's what you have to do. That's what I do in order to take this. So it's a little briefcase on the go. I absolutely love it. Okay, so how does this fit in my purse? Pretty well. I might do a what's in my bag separate video, maybe not, I don't know. But I have my handbag organized such that I can take this and just slip it right in, spine down. And, you know, I do have personal items. I have a wallet, I have an extra pen in there, blah, blah, blah. But I have worked out the structure of my handbag, and I have tried different handbags such that this fits in just fine. So there it is. That is my Spek black buffalo leather Touch Me in standard size, which is in the Filofax other world is personal. So that's what it is, and I really enjoy it. It's beyond function, and I like black binders. This binder only comes in black and brown. If you're a candy colored binder aficionado, you have to wait. It's going to be offered in a few additional colors as of the date of this video. Nobody knows what those are yet, but this is very classic. And when I look at the bulk of the binders I have, they are black, they are brown, with a few reds stuck in here or there. In a fluoro orange, yes. So this structure, this color of binder really appeals to me. So that's that. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care.